Hello everybody, this is JackB1024 and welcome to episode 48 of our Dynamic Factory Let's Play series. So in the last episode we got our heavy oil to solid fuel production base set up. And in today's episode we're basically going to be copying this, except this time making light oil into solid fuel. Now unfortunately we can't just copy and paste it straight below it because our oil field is in the way. So instead we're going to be placing it probably either down here below the turret production, or we'll place it in this area over here. Actually these are probably full of stuff. Yeah, they're going to be a bit annoying to move, so I'll probably place it just down here. So let's just get straight into it. We'll just need a free blueprint, and once we have it, should just be able to copy. Actually, I don't want to copy the station up. It's annoying because we have a few combinators up here, but I don't want to really copy that part of the station. Let's go with that. And we'll get rid of these tracks here. I mean, this should just line up with the station that we already have, so it might be okay. Yeah, I'm going to hope that it's okay, and we'll just place it somewhere around here. Why is the, okay. It's not lining up as perfectly as I'd want, but yeah, see, it's off by one on the left. That's weird and annoying. I wonder why that is. Okay, so what we're going to do, because we've got that issue, we're going to actually copy the same amount, but we'll get rid of all this track over here. Get rid of these, though I don't know if they actually even exist in the blueprint, because they don't exist actually on the ground. Oh, we do actually want that. I don't know if the right side lined up, so we'll get rid of it as well. And we'll just recreate those in the correct spots. So that should be that done, that should be that done. If we line it up with that, get rid of these two signals just because they should be in the right spots. Yeah, I'll keep them. So, and that track there. Hopefully this one should be acceptable. Let's have a look. Looks closer. I don't want these two because we've already got the connection there, so we don't need that. We do already have a signal here. What I might do is I might actually just get rid of that one signal there, and we'll use this signal here instead. And they are still here. I'm going to actually have to spend some time looking into why those combinators that don't actually exist appear to be there. But we will create our track going down and hook it in there and hook it in here going up, and we'll go down the other side as well. And so into there, and this one across here. If I force it to go upwards, yep. Okay, signals. It won't let me put signals for the tracks are there. That's fine. What else do we need to change? I don't think we really need to change all that much. We'll need to connect these up, but we'll want to change what the settings on these combinators are first, because they're going to be wrong. Otherwise, I think that should be that area basically set up. It's about half already in a construction area, so shouldn't take too long to construct. Now there is one thing we're going to have to look at sometime soon. That's the issue with these intersections here. So let's just... So this intersection here has an annoyance. The issue is, say a train's coming from the west and it's going south. So a train comes along here and it waits at this light. Now if it's going into this bank, so it goes in and it's unloading into this bank here. Now a second train comes along, so the first one had iron ore, and the second one has coal. The second one will come along, it'll get here, can go through, get here, can go through, get here, can go through, but gets to this light and gets stopped at this light. And because of the length of our trains, that train now will be stopped here, and the end of the train will be somewhere up here. So it was about there. I think that train was at just then. Which is annoying because it's blocking our returning trains. Which means, say, another train comes up here, it'll have to wait at this light because it can't get past... actually, it'll wait at this light because it can't get past it to return, because there's a train over this part of the track. The next train would probably be waiting at this light. And then with that, this train here can no longer leave because it'll have to wait at this light. Which means we've now got a deadlock because we've got a train here waiting to go in. We've got a train here waiting to go out. And we've got a train here waiting to go, and one here waiting for the first train to go to its destination. I think with some combo signals we can probably fix that up, but that is something we will have to look at sometime soon. I'm not entirely sure when I'll get around to looking at that. It'll become a bigger problem as we get more and more trains onto our network. Now, what else do we want to do today? Do we want more trains? Let's see, we have 3 signals, or 3 deliveries that we can make that we aren't making right now, and that could indicate that another couple of trains would be useful. How are we going in terms of these? I see only 1 of these in use, so we definitely can support more trains doing deliveries at once if we had the room for it. So let's go up to here. And let's see how easy it'll be to add another few lines to this. Okay, well the first thing we're going to have to do is we're going to have to move this part out so that we can have more lines coming off. Now, I'm hoping I have enough track in my inventory to just be able to do this with the track I already have. That way I won't have to get the bots to do anything. So if we disconnect that track there, we've now got all this extra room to make new lines. I believe I spaced them out, yeah, 3. 1, 2, 3, so a line there, 1, 2, 3, line there, 1, 2, 3, a line there. We'll go with 3 more lines for the moment, because I don't know if we'll be able to actually handle 4 more. Can it go up 1 higher? No, it couldn't. Okay. So we go to, I think it's 1 higher then, and I got it wrong again. So it's to there. So to there, and across, and across. Now this will let us have up to 3 more trains on this line, which should be enough for the moment. I was going to say plenty, and it probably won't actually be plenty. We'll probably easily take up that extra bandwidth of trains that we have, but for the moment it should suffice, at least for a little while. So, what else do we have to do? While I'm just doing this, I'll think about what else we have to do. So we want blue signs, which is either 1 sulfur, 2 fast inserters, 1 pump, or 1 advanced circuit, 1 engine unit, and 1 electric mining drill. They're the 2 recipes. That'll be the easiest for us to do. Now, I want to go at least targeting 1 of them. I wanted to check. So this is water and petroleum gas. So it's not even sulfuric acid we're making, which actually requires us to do that. We just need the direct sulfur. That's actually pretty easy. Fast inserters, we already have all of that. And pump, I believe that just requires engine units, pipes. You probably need pipes as well. So actually, I think we'll go for that recipe first. It's probably not the one we currently can make, and I don't think it's the next recipe. I think it's the one in... It'll probably be an hour and a half time. But hopefully by the time we can actually... we get everything built up, we can start making it again. So we'll just do that now. Yes, there are signals at the top. I'll just get the bots to do that because they'll be fine with that. Let us see how our demands are going. We still have 2 more things waiting to be serviced. What do we need to actually make these trains? Engines. And probably a lot of gears and iron plates, I assume. Oh, and some steel plates as well. Well, the engines, I think I ran straight past them. Yep, they're here. So we'll want... We can support 3 more trains. Let's just do 2 for the moment. It's not as many steel plates here as I would have hoped. Okay, what are we short on? Looks like it'll be... Yeah, iron plates. So each of them have 6, so that's 6 is enough for 1. We're going to need another 6, and we're going to need a bunch of these, and all of that is steel plates, of which we have basically none. I don't want to have to run all the way over to the furnace area, but it looks like that's what I'm going to have to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I can make 4 of these, I won't actually have to do that. 2, 3, 4. That should be everything we need for our trains. Ooh. Am I short 2 locomotives? I am. I only made 2. But I made 4. Just when I was hoping I wouldn't have to run over to our steel plate production area. Looks like I'll have to anyway. Or maybe not. Just got them in. Okay, so let's go over to where our trains are and we'll set up these 2 new trains and send them on their way. What are we short on? Yeah, all of that makes sense because I don't think any of that is actually automated. We're going to need to get steel plates anyway for that. And... hoping we wouldn't actually have a train in the waiting bay. How can I stop a train? Close when red's greater than 0. Okay, so that'll permanently close it. Do we really not need another train now? Oh, there we go. Just got a request. That's good because while the trains are not in this area, we can set up our new ones. 3, 4, 5, 6. And I built that in the wrong way. Let me just check that I'm... Yeah, it's the 2 liquid wagons first, so... Liquid, liquid. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 and 2. These are both filled with coal. This should be put onto our dynamic line and we can start you up automatically. And I don't know if you're actually going somewhere. You are. Should hopefully have another request waiting. Looks like we do. So let's set up our other train. Liquid wagons first. 4, 5, 6. Nope, I can't just click on that. So go back to the engine, click on it, set it to a dynamic train, set it onto automatic, and off it goes. So that means we now have 10 trains on our main network. So hopefully that's plenty. And also hopefully it's not so many that we end up getting deadlocks because of the way that our drain line is set up with these intersections here. Well, we're going to have to go off to our steel plate furnace because we're going to have to pick up steel plates so that we can make the chemical reactors that are required for our new chemical bay. And we're going to want another chemical bay. So we're going to want somewhere to make sulfur. Fast inserters is just a normal inserting. Construction bay. Pump would be 2 construction bays. So, yeah, we should only need... Did I go past it? No, here it is. Okay, we should only need 1 more chemical bay after this new one. Just grab them from a couple of random chests. These are all low. They're not, and they're not. Okay, that should be plenty. It's 8 per bay. But we are going to need some more iron plates. Pick them up from here. That'll be fine. Oh, we're out of normal pipes. What else are we missing? That would be the stuff for a smart train stop. Whichever one's putting down the smart train stop should actually put down those last 2. Because that's the smart light and the smart combinator. Or smart trains light and smart trains combinator. Okay, well, we're going fine for time. That's good. So you can see this train has to wait for that one. And if that one hadn't been able to go to where it has to go, that train would have started blocking the area. So we're going over to where we construct our pipes. Still getting alerts for attacks, but it's not too bad yet. None of them have actually managed to do any damage. Why is there a bot all the way up here with light? Okay. Yeah, these are the closest chests, I'm sure, with actual gear. It's not like there's stuff over here. Well, so anyway, we'll pick up these pipes. We'll actually go and get some more iron plates, and then I can make some more underground pipes. Get a few more of these just in case. And I'll just put this all in these storage chests. So 21, that'll be enough for almost 3. Should be all of that. Hopefully those, yep, good. Okay, so let's have a look at our pollution map actually. Ooh. I think I might want turrets below this one just because it's getting close to this nest. And there we go, our science packs have changed again. How are we going for time given that changed? Yeah, we still got time. So we'll set up turrets. Hopefully that blueprinting will be done. And then let's make 2 more. Then with the blueprint done, we'll stamp down another blueprint, and then all we need is all our production bays set up. Production bays we can probably put, see if I can put 3, oh, I can probably fit 2 in this area here, which means 1 will probably go down here. Yeah, that's the best area for 1. So with that done, that should be... Oh, then we'll need 1 more production bay, of course, to make our blue signs finally. And then we should have blue signs being made, and that'll be good. With blue signs, we'll be able to have our personal roboports, we'll be able to have the next levels of... Oh, the track missing. The next levels of laser turret damage and shooting speed. Let's just put these like here. Don't need them too clumped up. We can have them fairly separated. I'll put a fourth. Actually, we have 2 more sets, so we'll put another set here, and I'll put another set here. Give this a big electric pole to connect it. Okay, so for the moment, got a pretty good front line there. We are going to want a second area though, so we'll actually move this front line forward once we've done that. Now, we're just waiting for drones that are being very slow to get here. I think I will actually put a break in here and we'll be back when this bay is completely done. So I'll see you soon. Well, most of this is done. There's a nice thing I didn't realize, and that was that there was no RoboPort coverage for this left part of our area. So none of that was being constructed. And why does this area up here not have power? Because you don't have power. Why don't you have power? It normally connects to this pole. I don't know why it didn't. Must have just been the order that they were laid down. All 3 connections have already been used. That's kind of annoying that you can get into those situations, but anyway, so that is that set up. Let us actually copy now all of this, and we'll paste it again. How many of those are going to be in the way? A few. Paste it. Is that in line? It looks like it's in line here. Okay, so while that's all getting constructed, we will fix up these numbers. So instead of 30,000 heavy oil, we now want 30,000 light oil. Our station number, ooh, where's a calculator? There it is. We should give this a station number first, and then we can figure out what the number there is. So our station is 00, getting pretty high up, 61. 61 times 128, that's a number we're going to need, and we're going to need 128 above that. So this is going to be, chemical plant loader. And so this will be 62. 0062, chemical plant unloader. Now we need to put those numbers into this up here before we forget. So 61, 62, save. Go to one of these trains. It doesn't really matter which one. 60 is not on this list. That's odd, but okay. So 60 is inactivity, and we have a destination. Then we get 61, which is just inventory empty. And then we get 62, which is inactivity and circuit condition. We have a destination. Okay, so we can save that. Yep, go to the end, you get a signal number, you go to 1. Save that, save that. That looks fine. Unloader, inactivity, go to signal. Empty, go to 1. Go to signal. Yep, that all looks good. So now let's go and configure our combinators so that we can get this new station actually online. So you are actually 7808 2. Actually, I wanted 24,000 for that, so that's 24,000. You are 7936, and you should be 64. That's all fine. This disconnect that, reset it. That should hopefully not be set. Now we just need to connect these up, and I do not have enough red wire, so we'll get a few more of them. Okay, green, 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 green. Connect the reds up. Yep, that all looks like it's working fine. Now, how ready is this station? If this is still off, it's actually should have everything it needs. We won't be able to pick up solid fuel to return it, but we can get light oil here. Trying to think if there's anything I'm missing. I've done set the station numbers. I set the station numbers on that form. I gave it to a train. I changed the train's requirements. Everything should be fine. So you can see, in this case, we've got two trains that want to unload here. So this one's blocking off the station, and this one's blocking off up to here. In this case, it's fine because, you know, it's a while before our actual intersection. That's odd. I would have expected. Maybe we just have a demand but no supply. Yes. Okay, so let's go over to our refinery and we'll see why it doesn't have a supply message sent off. And then I think with that, we have to go this way. I think with that we'll call this episode done. And so on tomorrow's episode we'll be setting up the sulfur area. We'll set up all our production bays and we'll get blue signs started. That should all be really simple actually, because it's mostly just waiting for robots to do stuff. So stamp a bunch of stuff down and then I'll put a break in and then it'll all be done. Okay, they're still fine. And I got off at the wrong place, but that's okay, we'll just run up here. Let's check. We had to properly connect this. And it looks like we have to do that here as well. Maybe now. Still don't see a supply, and there's still the demand. So the next thing we have to do is we have to follow this trace up. See where it goes and see why. Can I get through? Oh, it won't let me through this time. That's weird. Pipes are odd. Or really the collision detection with them is odd. Yep, so here we go. That goes into here. It's on the red line. Okay, it goes over to here. To you. Maybe it thinks it's already sent it off. Well, now it has sent it off. But I don't see the request. Let's quickly check out demand. Okay, it looks fine. I don't see extra lines there. Let's make sure this is all connected and working right. 7040. What station number is this? This is station, should be 55. 55 times 128 is 7040, so that should be fine. It'll send it on, I think, this line, which is not connected. You can see this is not connected to our one line. Yeah, we're just missing the connection. Okay. So we connect that through that way and this one through this way. Make even more red wires. Disconnect that. Yep. Reset the request and send it off. And now we should see it over here. Now the only issue is that we don't have any combinator set to actually forward that request. So we'll go and do that, and then when the train comes over here, that'll be the end of the episode. I think I'll actually put a cut in here because I don't think you all want to see me just drive my car over to our main bank. So see you soon. Okay, so we're here at the main bank. It's a pretty simple change we have to do. I'll actually do both changes that we're going to have to do, because we're going to have to do one for light oil and we're going to have to do one, I believe, for petroleum gas. I do not see it anywhere on here. So we might as well do them both at the same time. Okay, connect the outputs first, then connect the inputs. And now that looks like this train should be on the way to 55, which is the station we want. So that's good. I'm trying to think if I want to change how the signaling here works, because as you can see, a train will leave here and the next one will come down and actually block it so it doesn't actually get to go out until the next train's down here. You might want to change that so that once this train moves, it has this whole area reserved, and so it can go on. I'll have to think about whether or not to do that. So here we go, the train's over here. Hopefully the second one should fill up. I bet you that the two lines not connected. So not only did it not have the one line connected, it didn't have the two line connected. Easy way to check that. Yep, this is only going to the top block. Well, this block here. It should go to here as well. Goes as far as this. Should go to here as well, which goes as far as that. I'm trying to think, how do I connect this so the train doesn't leave, but I don't have to stop the train? Well, if the train doesn't have a destination, the train's not going to go anywhere. So we'll disconnect that one. So now the train won't ever get a destination, which means it'll stay there. Then we're going to want to make more red wires. We're going to want to connect this in, and then we're going to want to disconnect this in the right order. So we can connect this in whenever, because it's not actually sending anything. As for this, I just disconnect the green and then I connect it back. Does that work? Okay, that looks like it has worked. Believes it wants to go to 61, which is where I want it to go. So that's good. We'll check if it's filling up, and if it is, then I will reconnect the red wire and it will have its actual destination again. And it is filled up. So yeah, that was a simple bug we had there. So connect that to there, and now it can go off on its merry way. Hopefully it's going to 61. And it is. So while it's on its way to 61, I'm going to just connect the green and red wires that are still missing over here. So when we connect petroleum gas up to make our sulfur, we don't have to go through the same annoyances that we just did there. So it looks like neither of them are connected. So we need to connect our one line to here. And we need to connect our two line to here. Okay, so over at 61, our train's just left. This is all filled up. These have all got the wrong recipe. It's the quickest way to fix that. I reckon if we make a chemical plan over here, I can give it the recipe, blueprint it, and just copy it over there. That's the recipe we want. Get rid of that. Hope that's the right recipe, blueprint to get rid of. And there we go, now they should all be running. So there we go, we've got our second lot of solid fuel being made. This is already connected in fine. So, our next issue is that none of these are in range. Okay, I'm going to stamp down this here. Should put that in range. That'll build out that one, which will build out that one. So this will all get built. Only issue is laser turrets, and let's look at pollution. Okay. Well, anyway, that's the end of this episode. So this is JackBeat1024 signing off. Have a good day, and I'll see you tomorrow.